Hey everyone, welcome to the official start of the 11-day challenge. Just saging here, clearing my space. You don't all have to do that. I do like to do that. I like to make everything in life a ceremony as much as I can. Really give that attention, that awareness, and that conscious living. When you're in the moment, when you're in the present moment, when you're in the now. As we've all probably read about how important that is, and it goes really deep, and the more you learn, the more you study different traditions, ancient wisdom, you'll see more and more that living in that ever-present now is ultra important. Living a conscious style of life versus going unconscious all the time. And we will dig deeper into that as the 11 days go on, and then as the 11-week course starts up, we'll go really deep. And really we want to slowly but surely really start to become an awareness of our own thoughts, of our own emotions, and start to take our own power back. And it starts with the breath work. And that's why we're just going to do simple breath work at first, adding in little challenges here and there. And already, as some of you have said that have been doing the practice breath, it makes a huge difference. It starts to bring a whole new awareness to things, and eventually you're going to be able to retrain your body to live from elevated emotions instead of being ruled by the past to present lower end emotions, and often they get stuck in those first three centers. So that's what the start of this breath practice is actually going to do in the end. It's going to allow you, give you the power to do what I do as an emotional code practitioner, and that is delete and release all of this stuck energy, allowing you to live from more of an open heart. Okay, so we don't want to keep you too long every day, so we're going to get started with the first breath work. For those of you that have seen the practice, it's the same. So I just gave you a head start. So day one, we're going to go and we're going to start by tensing, holding our first center. Okay, so you do that by bringing the pelvis up a little bit. Okay, and then you'll feel those muscles contract. And for the first 4 breaths, we're going to do the first one, and then just listen to my prompts as you go, and we'll work our way up the first 3 centers, eventually finishing off with all 3, the core being held strong, following the breath up all of the centers, so 1 all the way up through 7 and 8, which is above our human body. And so basically, if you can do it nice and slow and just suck that breath in from these areas, you can do it for roughly 5 to 8 seconds. Inhale, and then just let go and release everything. We will be adding in the hold at the top of the breath as we go along on day 2 and 3 and so forth. We'll be introducing some Kundalini breathing, and then of course the beautiful IBP, integrated body psychotherapy breathing as well during these 11 days. So yeah, try and stick the course. You know, discipline is key. Discipline is key in any successful business or anything in your life. Relationships, jobs, whether you're into sports, whatever it may be, you know, discipline is definitely number 1. And so putting away, aside those morning breath and the evening breath work, and then combine that anytime midday that you can. If you can get into nature for another 11 minutes or more, as some people have been writing me, oh, I already do that. Well, that's awesome. You know, keep doing it. That solo nature time is vitally important to connect with that divinity, to connect with Mother Earth. And if you're doing the breathing, if you're sitting down in nature, that's great. If you're doing the walking meditation style of breathing, that's amazing too. But definitely those 11 minutes to start is all we're really asking you to put aside and start really slowly but surely taking your own power back here on Earth, right? So instead of allowing things outside of us creating that emotional resonance, creating that fight or flight, you know, creating that overwhelm, and allowing us to really live a heart-centered conscious life, which just slowly but surely sends out an electromagnetic field, which the law of the universe, it has to give you back. So that's where this is going deep. This is slowly but surely taking responsibility for everything. And I mean everything. And that's hard for some people to take right off the bat. But that's as deep as I want to go, and that's as deep as I want to take everyone on these journeys. You know, that we do slowly become the power, the master of our own universe. Okay? So here's the first breath work. Let's go. 11 minutes. You ready? Okay. So holding that first center tight, lifting that pelvis up. We're going to breathe that energy all the way up all of our centers and then release. And here we go. And again. When you release, really let go of everything. Allow the body to just go loose. If your thoughts wander, bring them back to the breath. Bring them back to your awareness on your body, okay? So for 3 and 4. And let's do a 4th one. And don't worry if your breath doesn't match mine, just do it at your own pace. If you can go a little bit longer right now, that's fine. And if it's a little bit shorter, that's okay too, because we're gonna build it up day by day, okay? So now placing awareness on just your second. So you're just tightening your second now. Leave the first loose, just tighten your second and pull up that energy. And again, holding your second center tight. Right in the belly button there, those middle abdomen muscles, and breathe that up. And again. Really follow that breath with your awareness, because remember, where we place our attention and where we place our awareness is where we place our energy. So ultimately with breath work, we're not giving our life force energy away. As in our everyday life, if we're thinking about other people, if we're reacting to other things in our life, we're literally giving away our life force energy. So the more in life when you're not in joy and happiness and playing and having fun, if there's, these lower end emotions are just stickling around, it's really important to be aware of that and take a step back and do some breathing. Breathing brings you right back to your heart center, your I am of it all. And that's what your homework's going to be at the end of the day. I am. Okay, now final one from that second. Really hold that tight. For these next set of 4 breaths, now you just hold your upper abdomen, okay? Try and let these ones go loose and just concentrate. Put your awareness on those upper muscles there, okay? And we'll do 4. again. Hold those upper abdomen tight. And again. And let's do another one, holding that upper abdomen, that third center, holding that tight. Here we go. And when you get into the Kundalini believe that we came here with a certain amount of breaths. So that would make sense that the slower you breathe, the longer you take to breathe, the longer, healthier life you'll live. Okay, now we're just going to take 4 breaths, just nice and easy. Don't hold anything, but really still have your awareness on the breath coming up from the first center all the way through all the centers up to number 8. Okay? So here we go, nice 4 slow breaths. And again. Sinking deeper and deeper every exhale. And you can sit in the lotus position, you could sit on a chair with your feet on the ground, you can even lie down. However you feel comfortable is no problem. As long as you're placing your awareness on these areas, placing your awareness on your breath, we're already tricking our minds. We're getting out of our minds, we're getting out of our thoughts, and we're slowly but surely going to keep training the body to take us deeper and deeper into trance. And that's when we start tapping into the quantum field. Some of you might be tapping into it already during this breath work. It doesn't take long once you do enough practice. And the quantum field is that field of information, of light, of thought. And it's a realm where there's limitless possibilities, alternate realities, that we as human beings actually have the capabilities to just tap into. And through a positive intention matched with an elevated emotion, again, it's law. You attract that to you. And the more you live from those elevated emotions, that limitless future just keeps coming to you more and more. And we'll go over some of the tools during these 11 days that you can use that are very, very powerful. So let's do another couple, just breaths nice and easy. Okay, now for the final 4 breaths, we're going to hold all 3 centers. Pick that pelvis up. Hold 2 and 3. Crunch those muscles in and really breathe up. Breathe up with passion, that energy, and release it into the universe. So here we go. 4 breaths. Tight, and breathe that up. again. And remember, this is just breath work. It's just practice, right? The more and more we do it, will lead up to the capability of doing complete meditations with these muscles contracted, activating your pineal gland crystals, activating, your thyroid, activating new stem cells. This is what happens when you can get your body into that state, when you could raise your melatonin levels at any time versus just sleep time. Then you could tap into healing properties that only happens when you're asleep, and you could start doing it at more times during the day. This doesn't just heal physical ailments. This starts healing mental blocks. This starts healing, anything that's going on in your life that isn't matching that elevated emotion. You start recreating cells. You start speaking to your DNA. That's why it's so important to live in that awareness of our thoughts and our emotions, and that's what we'll be diarying about during these 11 days. There's a lot about when did we go unconscious in the day, when did we have limiting false beliefs in the day. All these will be added into the daily challenges. Okay, let's just do 2 more with the stomach really held tight. Okay, don't make yourself go red in the face, but just start practicing as much as you can, little by little. And here we go. And one more with all 3 centers nice and tight. Lift that pelvis up a bit. There you go. Really feel good on that exhale. Really let everything loose. Okay, now we're just gonna open up your heart for a second and take a couple breaths through your heart. Put your awareness on your heart and elevate an emotion, love, joy, excitement, peace, stillness. And just hold that emotion, hold that awareness, and breathe in through your heart. And now for the final breath, place your hand on your heart and send yourself love. Bless yourself. Bless your journey for how far you've come to this point. Bless your strength. Okay, that's the first set of breath work. So do that again 2 more times, and you've already done day 1 of the breathing challenge. The only homework that I'm going to have for you today is possibly in the morning and night, but again, I'm just going to make suggestions. I don't want to push everyone as hard as Huggy the Healer likes to go right off the bat, but we'll get there. But go in front of the mirror, really look in your eyes, really look in your soul, put your hand on your heart, and literally just say the words, I am. Let your face go loose, look at yourself, release any thoughts, and just see where that sits in your body when you say the words, I am, I am, I am. And at the very end of it all, when you feel it vibrating, possibly vibrating in your heart, give yourself a statement. I am love. I am perfect just the way I am. I am already healed. I am already whole. Whatever resonates, whatever sits in there, say that to yourself in front of the mirror and see yourself, witness yourself, hear yourself, and love yourself. Please DM me, put it on the group, help each other out, spread the love. You probably still have time to share this with someone else if they want to join in. It's not too late. And truly, truly, you're going to start to take your own power back. I know you could do it. You could stick out these 11 days. 11 days is nothing. You're not too busy. You're not traveling too much because it could be done anywhere at any time. This is looking after you, and this is the beginning. This is just the first steps to loving yourself unconditionally, to truly living a life from here, and not from the past, and not from your inner child. No blame, no shame, no guilt, no resentment, no anger. Love is the way. Love is the way. I can't wait already for number 2. But much love and light, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.